I do want to brief everyone on Monroe Street. We closed on the USDA loan last week. We also had our pre-construction meeting with the contractor last week. They have advised us that their plan is to begin work on June 5th. For the first 16 business days, they will do all of their work south of Main Street. They'll be starting with the water main. They have to, the way they have to work north. So they're going, from there, they're going to work north, do the water main, then once they're complete, they'll go back south and start the sewer. They have been advised that they are not to be working during the times of summer concerts, and they are also advised not to be working during the Riverwalk event. So they've been, that's in their contract. It is stipulated. We've sent out notices to all of the affected residents. We'll be meeting with them on May 11th to address any concerns with them.
Is that a 7 o'clock?
6.
Here?
6 o'clock right here, yeah. And as we all know, we finally got the light at Main and Hudson.
We did that.
Yep.
You did. You all did it.
The only reason we went to is right.
I've heard some complaints about, obviously it's created a longer delay at the intersection. MDOT told us that would happen, and it was the trade-off. So I just want to make that aware that we know that was part of the issue. But
that little computer model they showed us, pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also there is increased traffic because there's parts of the other east-west roads that are under construction, and there's always a learning curve when anything new. That's why you should never do roundabout.
I did submit a grant to the Community Foundation for $100,000 for the splash pad. So we, in our partnership with Lowell Township, I did submit the grant on behalf of the city of the township. 990 North Washington is been demolished, so the next step would be for myself and city attorney to start the paperwork for the unilateral annexation. And then lastly, I do want to give my notice that Dan Zarnecki has submitted his notification for retirement. His last day will be July 21st.
Deny.
Make a motion that we tell them to pound sand.
I have a very long working relationship with Dan. We go back about 14 years. He taught me most of what I know about public works. He's probably forgotten more about public works.
Tell people that.
He doesn't like to hear that. But I've enjoyed working with him for many years, and I wish him a very happy retirement, and that's all I have.
I'm glad you came with a date because at the budget meeting when you said Dan's retiring at the end of summer, you said, no, way before that.
Mike, I had something for you. In your report to us, you mentioned something about the USDA and for Washington Street.
Yes.
And I see that the feds are going to bump up interest rates again. That's due to the banks and everything else happening. You also mentioned something about not forming a water thing in the
Yes.
thing because of the same reason. I'm just wondering, what does that interest rate looks like in
So
a year
as
or
of-
2 years from now?
As of today,
Proceed with it.
that rate is, we're almost done getting our application and we're working on that. So as of right now, from what USDA told us when we met with them on Tuesday, the interest rate's 3%.
Okay.
Where now we got a loan at 2%.
Yep.
Obviously, we've been getting on the engineers to get the paperwork in to USDA because it's obviously an issue. The other thing is in our conversation, they did ask us if there were going to be any other projects. So we did explain to them the possibility that there may be a water plant and a wastewater plant expansion down the road, but and then we kind of just told them that the talk of possible authority. And first comments, I mean, Jessica was in the room, so was the mayor. First comments out of USDA's mouth were, please don't do that. Because
Ever or just
during the time of the loan,
Yeah.
because it's an issue for.
you mean during while we're paying them back?
Correct.
Oh.
Because it was the way that it was financed was a full faith and credit of the city of Lowell,
Mm.
not an authority. is that?
No, I think that's a good summary of the situation. It's not that they wouldn't allow it, but
Right.
it would involve going back and getting permission from their general counsel to amend the documents to reflect a different structure. So, not a deal breaker, but, again, just to emphasize something that interest rate was, and even if it does go up to 3%, you're locked into that. It can't
correct.
change over the life of it, and you can prepay it with no penalty, so it's still the best deal in town, but.
That was one of his comments too, is you guys got locked in at just the right time.
So is the second one locked in?
Yeah.
Once we submit everything, it would be, but that's why I'm trying to get that expedited as much as we can.
It'll still be far lower than the market.
Yeah, the bond market's what, 5-6% right now?
Right.
So, I mean, we saved $1.2 million over the life of the loan by going to USDA.
We'll say more paying back early too.
Right.
Good job.
I like that rep from the USDA a lot. He answered a lot of questions for me, that stuff I didn't know, and it was super helpful to have him there. Any other questions for Mike?
I do. Did you know they were doing that light before they started? I got the impression that you didn't even know they were.
So it was,
I know Mike.
I had a conversation months
Marcus.
back that it possibly could happen,
Oh,
but,
okay.
and I was supposed to have a meeting with them at some point, it never happened. The day it happened, I got an email about an hour before, oh, by the way, we're gonna be out putting a light at Main and Hudson, and my response to them was, for eastbound and westbound? And they said, yes. I'm like, okay.
Because you didn't really do anything in Lansing, did you?
No.
Not related to the traffic light,
I
related
didn't
to the gas tax and elections. Yeah, but we were down there and we have alibis, so we're taking credit. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the last time I knew, they pretty much told us no, didn't they?
Yes.
'Cause that's
They did, but like I said, I'd been having some conversations with them about them possibly changing that.
Oh,
And,
I'm happy that
yeah.
it's there.
yeah.
Put on the record that if they love it, Marty and I took care of it.
Okay.
If they hate it, it was you and Mike. Defer any and all comments to those categories. Jim's left out, we don't want him for the lead is already out. All right, any other questions for Mike? Nothing in appointments. Susie and I are looking into a possible additional airport board vacancy, but we're gonna reach out to them and see what their thoughts are on that. Any council comments for this evening, Cliff?
I'm commented out.
I'm good.
Jim, Marty? Good. Leah?
Also good.
All right, look for then a motion to go into closed session to consider material exempt from discussion or disclosure by state or federal statute, MCL 15.2681
I'll
and
make that motion.
I'll support.
discussion. Any closed session, Sue?
Councilmember Groves?
Yes.
Mayor DeVore?
Yes.
Councilmember Salzweedl?
Yes.
Councilmember Yankovic?
Yeah.
And Councilmember Chambers?
Yes.